back. It's another Christmas, believe it or not. So, we're going to do a couple things, I guess. You're going to do a tour without me talking. But I did a lot of different things. I really tried to do it different because now I think this is the third time you've been here. And I said, oh, they don't want to see the same old all the time. So I did try to do some different things. So when my approach to decorating normally anyway is let your eyes kind of move around the room. So that's what I decided to do for Christmas too. So say I'm over here at my kitchen, and immediately you can see greens here, and then your eye just kind of flows, and then it flows over to the fireplace, and then it starts flowing all around the kitchen. So we get the whole kitchen covered with Christmas.
Like a Christmas movie.
Like a Christmas movie. So I did try to incorporate some really nice artificial greens this year, because you know how I get with greens. I get a little crazy, and I said I need to control myself. I don't know if I was that successful, but you guys can let me know. I tried to be, do it tastefully and not go crazy, but I don't know. So let's see, last time, I don't know if you remember, but I had the big, tall feather tree here. Well, it's in another room, and wait till you see it. So it's about a 4-foot tree, and it's on a little bandbox, and wait till you see it. So I just decided to go simple with the red poinsettia. So let me tell you a quick little thing about the red poinsettia. It's considered like the Christmas flower, but it actually originated, let me get my notes, because you know how I am about notes. This is considered like the American Christmas flower now, but it's actually native to Central America, and it was introduced to America by this man. He was a botanist called Joel Smith Poinsett, Poinsett. I thought that was so funny, but that's all I have to say about that. Then later on, he first introduced it, and then about 100 years later, it was sort of brought to the masses. So Christmas hasn't really been like this with the trees and everything, a couple of 250 years, because they didn't really believe in Christmas trees. They thought they were pagan and unholy. And it wasn't until the German immigrants and the Irish immigrants started coming over that then the pagan, it started to fade, and then people started decorating with trees. But really, that was the late 1800s. When we think of it, it's really not that many years. So that's a little story about the poinsettia, and I did move the big feather tree. Now here, even though I do have vintage ornaments, I scaled them down. So things from the 50s actually are at the store for sale. I tried to, because all our Christmases are really tied back to Germany, I'm trying to collect the German ornaments. So basically I had more 50s style here. I did keep the little candles because I love them so much and they're colorful. But again, if I find things that are German, they may be replaced. So I've just really got the Putz houses here, candy containers. But it's a total different look than last year. And so now someone will get to enjoy those. And it's still some vintagey, but I kind of pared it down. And then this is kind of the same. I did do the woodland here, which I love, but I decided to put these guys up tall. I usually have a bunch of greens, although I do have these gorgeous magnolia leaves and some berries, which I love, a little bit of cranberries, but I tried to keep it simple, but do something a little bit different. So now we're heading around, and I'll just point out some different things. This I love. So this piece here, I bought at Primitive Goods. And Sandy had it in her room. And she had this piece, then she had like a candle, and then she had a wreath. And she had them in her room displayed. And I just thought that was so, so pretty. But so I did my own little thing, my little thing with the candles and the graters So there's an artificial candle under there. But I thought, so that's actually a different thing. I don't really remember what I put there last year. I know I had a garland. That's probably been moved. And then again, just simple. And this was a new piece that I had bought. So I decided to put that there. So, and then you got to look at our beautiful, we're going to have this later. I don't really like to cook, but I like making things look pretty. So let me give you a little blurb on greens, why I decorate with greens. Greens go way, way, way back. There are references in churches for purchases of ivy and holly. And this goes way, way back. The pagans even actually used greens, but they used them more around the solstice, which is December 21st or 2nd. Again, because they were looking forward to the spring and a new rebirth. And greens to Christians is a sign of rebirth, connection with God, everlasting life. So that's why we decorate with greens. And there's something about the greens, it's just really joyful. It's very joyful to me. And obviously it goes back way, 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 way back. And there was one other little thing about, I want to talk about the wreaths. Okay, so wreaths are circular, sign of everlasting life. The Romans actually used wreaths on their doors, for status, or what was the other thing they did? Hold on, people. I'm like, I can't remember. I can't memorize all this stuff. Not like in the old days. Okay. Okay, so the Romans... Okay, the art of hanging the Christmas wreaths originated with the Romans. They hung them on their doors as a sign of victory or status. You also remember when they did marathons and they had the laurel, a wreath on their heads. Eventually it became a Christian meaning with the circular shape representing eternal life. And again, the holly berries were, the holly and the berries were symbolic of Christ's thorn and his blood. So that's the Christian part that came into it. It also comes from the word writhen. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it, but it's W-R-I-T-H-E-N, which is Old English, which means to writhe or to twist. And that's the wreath. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So let's go to the dining room next, and we can see... Oh, I forgot. I didn't know where to put this on my tree, so it went there. Next year may end up on the tree. I actually have incorporated a lot of glass beads on the trees just to make them sparkle. So here we go into the dining room. So let me see what I did. Well, I guess I do have a lot of greens here. I did do, again, I tried to do simpler greens with these candle molds. And Leroy sent me those lovely magnolia leaves, and they're really beautiful. You can use them singly or like on a branch. And again, just trying to bring in the green and the white and the red here. I didn't go crazy. I have been known to do that, but I didn't go crazy. And I just wanted to point out, when we think of Christmas, we think of trees, and the feathered trees began in Germany as a response to deforestation of the forest. They were cutting down trees, they were lopping them off when they wouldn't grow. So this became a cottage industry where they would get goose feathers, swan, turkey, chicken feathers. They would dye them green, wrap them on a wire, and then this central part would be a wooden dowel. And they were also, they brought them with them when they came to the States because they were easy to pack. You could take the branches out or you could fold it up. And so they brought those traditions with them. And I have my old feather. Wait till you see it. You're going to love it. I was so excited when I did it. So what else is in this room? So probably nothing new. Again, I always do the greens. I've put some greens over some pictures. They did that a lot. They draped it over pictures of samplers. I I didn't, again, I didn't want to go crazy. This is a new little thing. I had a couple of Santas. My tree, obviously. And this, I tried to just, again, as you carry your eyes around, like every surface has some sort of Christmas or green theme. And then it ends over here with another feather tree. So in the 90s, when people were really collecting the feather trees, I have a couple, but now I'm kind of like obsessed with, I go through obsessions from time to time. Now I'm kind of obsessed with these feather trees. And so if I can find the old ones, and they look a little decrepit, they're unevenly dyed, and sometimes they're missing the berries, but there's something so charming about them. And then I will get the miniature bulbs for them. This was a new purchase, another little fence to enclose it in a pot with the cranberries. And I have another big fence around the tree that kind of holds the toys and things. Again, magnolia pods from Leroy. And then when the little beads or the little pods, shed, I just kept them and just tucked them in. It's like, us New Englanders, we like use everything. I hate to even like throw any of it away. It's awful. I want to use it all. But, so let's go into see the 4-foot tree. You're going to love this. We'll just scoot through here. Nothing new here. I draped my clock, which I have never done, with a little bit of pine. And, just again, you want your eyes to follow every single wall. And so, it's here. And then that leads you right in here. I'm going to turn the light on. We'll go right over to the tree. So here is the 4-foot feather tree. Oh, isn't it amazing? Wow. I just love it here. Why I had it in the kitchen undecorated for 2 years, I don't know. Because look at it. Doesn't it? Can't you like be in the 1920s right now by looking at how this is decorated with this tinsel? And then, obviously old ornaments. And then, the beads. So I had this gold one, and then this one, I said, of course, it was all decorated when I got that colored one. So I said, well, what am I going to do with it? Because it's so pretty. So I basically just wrapped it right next to it, all the way down. And then at the bottom, where it was long, I just kind of wrapped it all around. Oop, and I see this little piece has fallen down. But when I look at this, I feel like I'm in the 1900s, this particular tree. This was this little sweet manger set, which is wax, I found, and I had never seen one. It was in its like original package. Of course, I had to buy it. It's probably not German. It's probably American, but it's so sweet. Because really that's what Christmas is about. And then just, a few little things. What else over here? Probably not, my Santas. So see my big Santas up there? Last year I brought every single one down on this floor, but when we go upstairs, you see that I've tried to like spread them all out. But I had got this platter from Leroy, so I left it up there and tried to decorate around it. I do take some of my collections down, but I really tried to incorporate them in with the Christmas, because look at the blue. I mean, the blue and the reds and the greens. So that's a little bit new. And what did I do on the fireplace? Oh, no. You know what? Remember I had the white feather tree here with all the pink? Well, if you turn around, I decided I would move it here, and I am loving this tree here. Of course, I bought a few more pink ornaments, of course. But there's something about this tree that on this table that I love. And I don't think I could fit one more ornament on it. Oh, and I got the pink glass beads. That was a purchase this year, and I actually bought other glass beads to add on to my other trees. And again, I think it makes you feel like it kind of transports you to an earlier time, you know, when you look at it. But this also is a feather tree. Again, it's not an old one. This particular one reminds me of a tree that my mother put on my bureau, probably about this high, and she would let me have the lights on all night, and they were colored lights. It was the 50s, so it was probably a plastic tree. But you know how you remember certain things? I don't remember any presents that I got, but I remember that tree, and that was just so special to me. So I think when I bought this, that probably reminded me of that. But I just love, you know, I don't have a lot of pink things because they're all here. So that's what I did, move that, you know, from that area and brought the tree in. Again, I have some magnolia leaves over a portrait. And I just want to tell you, when we come back, maybe after the holidays, do an Ask Alice, I have a Hannah Davis box I'll show you. I was able to purchase one, and I was also able to purchase a big one at the antique show the Sunday after, not a Hannah Davis, but it's been documented in a couple of books by the Shelburne Museum, and it has a history. So, you know, when we do that, I'll take out a couple of those and show you. And it was such a thrill to open the hat box and see the Hannah Davis. And remember I said the tags just are, and it's just randomly on there. And yeah, so that was a find. Yeah, it's over there. It's that second one. It's the second blue one. But when I take it down. So now I have a problem with wallpaper boxes. Well, not a nice problem, I guess. But anyway, so you start with one, and now I have, I don't know, 9. I don't know how that happens. But I'm just trying to think what else. We'll go upstairs because you're going to love the bedrooms. I really did a lot more Christmas. And again, I have a tree in my room. And I don't know what it is about that tree in that room. It just says Christmas. And I should have been thinking about that earlier, but I was looking through, I think it's called Historic Home Magazine. It's a beautiful magazine. And there was trees in every room. And I was like, oh, so next year I'll do it. But so we'll run upstairs and I'll just show you. I don't think I did anything. Well, wait a minute. Come in the laundry room. Wait a minute. Everything has changed here. So I'm just going to scooch in here. I used to have a table here. Remember the table I used to have here? Well, that's now at the store. Because I bought something else and I couldn't part with this piece. So I had to move this piece in here because I bought another apothecary and I couldn't get, the walls to work properly. So this piece had to go, the desk. But I really like it. It gives me a little more room and it's cozy and I got to move a few things around. But I'll show you the piece in the other room. All right, so we're in the nautical room now, and this is kind of, I did a basket of greens over there. This, you got to see this. So, I don't know what it is about Noah's Arks, but I got this from Lainey. And she said it's hand done by someone. But this is the new piece, the new old piece that I got that I had to find a spot for. So that ended up, moving stuff around and putting things at the store. And I was trying to fit something over there, but there wasn't enough space because I can't put it in front of the speaker. And so anyways, it's gone. And what else is in it? Oh, I just put that bowl. I grabbed it from the other room, and just to kind of, again, bringing Christmas all around the room. That's what I'm trying to do here. And of course the horses are decorated, but maybe you'll see that on the next when you do a better tour, right? I'm just giving you what I did new so far this year. This I actually, just a poinsettia, but I actually took it out of its little pot, and I had a little old green bowl, and I just stuck it in. And how cute is that? Just a simple idea. I don't know how long it will live, but it looks cute right now. So it only needs to last through Christmas. Okay, so we'll go upstairs. Where do you see the bedrooms? And actually the bathroom. The bathrooms too. Wait do you see? I guess I went a little crazy. So this is one of the boys' rooms. And did I have this mantle here last year? I did, okay. So what I did was, obviously, I just added some greens here, more greens, and at the tree. So I want, every room needs a tree. But now I think I really need a larger tree, maybe over there, plugged in with lights, because it just cozies the room right up. I did move this was actually in the kitchen window, but when I did that new display, I couldn't use it anymore. So I decided to bring it up here, and it looks kid-like. So I thought it went perfect in this room. So now and then I did do this. I just love this look of the greens on clothing. And then again, you come in here. You start here, and then your eyes kind of go this way to the window. I moved some Christmas things over here that were in different places last year. So we have a little feather tree. We have Scrooge and, no, not Scrooge, but Christmas Carol people. Tiny Tim, yeah. And all the way over here. Now this was one little vintage toy that I did save, because I said, well, he can come up into the kids' room. It could be maybe a little toy that they got. But I really did try to, again, encircle the room with Christmas, with obviously the greens. Baskets and baskets of greens. This is just something about the greens that I love. I have to make myself stop, because believe me, I'd still be doing it. Oh, thank God you came on the 5th. All right, so we have a little, and the tree seems to be blinking, and I'm not sure why, but it wasn't blinking. So this weekend, Wes and I, we went on a house tour, and most of the houses weren't. When I go on a house tour, I want to see them over decorated, because I like to pull one thing that I see, out of each house. But there was one house that was over decorated, and again, it was about the trees. So Wes and I, this was in Plymouth, and then afterwards we went to Plymouth Antique Marketplace right on the main drag, and I found this little tree. And I said, okay, then I'm like, oh, what do I have for ornaments? I don't have ornaments. I don't have time to buy ornaments. But again, I did find the ornaments in my other decorations. So this is just simply decorated, but it's just, I don't know, it's just so cozy. And I found a bucket, I found a blanket, and, just use all the things you have around and just use them up. So next year, maybe every room will have a tree. And the price was right. The tree was only $12. So I was like, perfect. So see this big one? That's the one. That's the one with the history, which I'm not telling you anything else about it. But so the blue spruce berries this year, look at how beautiful they are. There's so many and so blue, and I don't know if it's because of the rain. So I actually brought the blue up here to really pull out the blue. And I just had the boxes, and I said it really does need something there, but I didn't want to overpower the boxes. And then the fireplace, of course. Again, we're going around the room. I sort of went a different direction, but anyways. So if you start here, the dogs. Again, the magnolia leaf. Now, see, this is what the pods look like. They're so pretty. And then I have a nice stocking that I bought from Leroy. And, okay, so we went around there. Oh, I brought this little tree up here. This was downstairs last year. So I decided to bring it up here and just put it over on in that little cup with those little ornaments. And see the feather tree? It's so, decrepit looking. But it's just so charming. And I said, oh, that's going up there. And then what else did okay, so I brought I brought the Santas up. I brought him up. He used to be downstairs and along with a tree. Again, to just try to, now we're going down the hall, so we're going Christmas down the hall.
Tell me about Santa's.
So this was, her last name is Cahill. I'm trying to think if I can, Pamela Cahill. So she used to show in Marlborough, they had a Marlborough fair, artist fair. They used to have it in October every single year, and I would go and I would get one of her Santas every year because they were one of a kind. She no longer does it, but I think I probably have maybe 8 of them. But every face is different. She uses, old materials. They're just so beautiful. And again, because I love them all, I want them all downstairs so I can see them. And I said, well, maybe he can come up this year. So again, because I wanted to do something different, so just so it wouldn't be the same as last year. And so a little tree, which brings your eyes down here, and just a little bit, something this simple, just a little bit of red, just it kind of continues it down. And now we're going this way. And I said, okay, we've got to do something over here. Again, just berries, but I tied a little ribbon, and this is just a simple something, anybody, just a little piece of ribbon, like a leftover piece, just to bring the red a little bit, more. Sometimes I would put greens, but I was trying to not do that so much this year. I don't know if I succeeded, but. So this was something new I did this year. So these are not real, but I love the look of them. Because it's hard to do a bathroom, don't you think? And this is a big bathroom. So I said, oh, against the white curtains, those are perfect. And they won't shed, so I'm all good with that. So then we decided to do this. We got a blue Santa in the blue bathroom with this little white tree that was someplace else last year. Let me see if I can. I don't want that. Okay. And then, so continuing down, over here, this I got at Primitive Goods, and this was at in Sue's booth. She does all the towels. And again, I didn't do greens up there last year, I don't think, because I had a lot of greens. This was downstairs in front of one of my cupboards, but I put something else there. So the angel came back up. And then we end Christmas with this. And that's it. But I think I tried to really make every room festive, and I tried to think a little bit differently than because sometimes I'm like, okay, this goes here and then that goes there, and I'll get creative when I do my greens, but I was very conscious of, I want to do something different, and maybe someone will get an idea. That's what I try to do every place I go, grab an idea, and the other thing, we didn't talk about Santas, so Santa was actually, and you see everybody collects Santas. He was, I think, modeled after St. Nicholas, who lived, 16th century, and he was a monk that his parents were very wealthy, and when they died, he got the money, but he would go out and help people less fortunate. He became patron saint of children, and so Santa Claus is modeled after St. Nicholas, and there's different name changes. I think like Dutch, it was Santa Claus comes from Sinterklaas. And so all the people that come to America bring their own traditions, their own versions of Santa Claus, and then we kind of incorporate them into our American version. And now our Santa this year, instead of the more sterner looking Santa, now he's kind of a big jolly fellow that brings presents to children. And when we talk about traditions in another week or so, I'm going to talk about some traditions through the years, and I think we'll all be talking about our own traditions. So that's all I have to say today about the tour. Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.